All right, so I'm going to run this report off of Indeed and show you why your hiring model is broken and why you're struggling finding techs and why it's almost impossible to find techs unless you do this one thing right. All right, I'm Tim Euler, the CEO of 30 Madison Ventures. We recruit HVAC techs. We're one of the best in the United States doing it. We placed 145 techs. Our portfolio that we work with is about 60 million, and we do about exactly opposite what a lot of recruiters do, and that's one of the reasons it works. So, all right, so let's look at Indeed. So right now, just so you know, there's 29,806 open jobs on Indeed, right? So that'd be, and then those drip over to ZipRecruiter and some of the other job boards like LinkedIn, right? So that shows you the shortage right now in every market. In Dallas, there's 840 tech applications. Houston, 1,700. Phoenix, 1,500. Atlanta 1,300, Miami 1,200, Orlando 1,150. So when I'm walking through these markets, I mean, look at Los Angeles 1,640, San Antonio 920. So what this shows you is like right now there's such a massive shortage of techs that if you post and you do the traditional ways of recruiting, it's not going to work, and you're going to get job hoppers, right? They'll work for a company, come over to your company because they're looking for another job, and they get fired and they go to the next company, to the next company, the next company. And this is the exact reason when you go out and hire recruiters and they use a traditional method of job applications and job boards and open job boards to try to do demand recruiting, one of the main reasons it doesn't work, because look at how many applications there are, right? And most of these guys are like not that great because good techs already have jobs, right? So this just shows you the problem right now in our market, and that's why we've kind of engineered something called reverse recruiting, right? So this is kind of just a simple deck I built here. And so let me narrow this down. So the demand side is bleeding right now. There's 110,000 unfilled HVAC positions right now, and 225 is the projected shortage by 2027. That's a big problem. There's 1.8x open jobs for every technician available. So almost impossible to find these guys unless you do something that I'm going to show you in a second, right? So here's what we do different. So my recruiters are sales guys. So they go after the actual technician and get them on the phone and sell them on to taking your company, versus that's called we build the supply within the cities. And then we get them on the phone and we sell them to take your role. That's the biggest difference that we do versus other recruiting companies. So here's what is working right now. If you pull up source licensed techs in your area, job boards, anybody that's even posted they're open for wanting a job. All right, licensed techs in your area from like your board certification licensing, you scrape the data off, you do a cold email funnel, a cold SMS funnel, and you start to outreach to these people. I'm talking like 1,000 to 2,000 sends on email and text message to get like 20, 30 people to raise their hand that might be good. And you filter them by, hey, I want a truck ready tech that's 3 to 5 years experience, that has this skill set in commercial or residential, and that has, around this pay range and around this on target earnings range. So that's the thing that really works. And when we go into a market, we build the supply up. So number one, we talk to a tech and we say, hey man, this job might not be a fit for you, but do you know any other good techs that we could talk to in this market that would be on your level? And if we place them, we'll give you a $500 bonus or a $300 bonus. And all of a sudden we start getting from one conversation, it's called the recruiting flywheel, 3 to 4 off of each conversation is our goal. So we start building this. 1 becomes 3, 3 becomes 6, 6 becomes 12. And then I build this pipeline of 30 to 50 candidates that have all given me referrals and references from within the city. And then I filter it down to like 3 to 5 and give them to our main companies, right? And that's really why companies like 1 Hour Heating and Air trust us, AirServe, massive brands, right? Climate Care doing over $7 million a year, Plume Service Company, Bell Harvest and Power Production, they've been over, they're around 100 years, right? And that's how we get brands like that to trust us. It's because we do it completely. We find the text through AI, cold data, email scraping, SMS, and we talk to these techs, and we're like building the network. Once we talk to them, we ask for referrals for other techs. Hey, Bobby, give me a peer reference of like 3 other techs that would be on your level, and I'll see it, and I got to have a reference check. Off of that one becomes 3 other peer references. Now I have 4 techs, right? Good techs have jobs, period. End of story. So the only way to get them is to sell them to come over to your company. The only way to sell them is to get them on the phone with an attractive offer. And the only way to get attractive offer is to present attractive offer in a way that works for them. And that's the only way to get them, because they already have jobs, they're already making good money, and you've got to pull them over. But here's the good news. There's a lot of unhappy techs, because there's a lot of HVAC owners that are just struggling to run the business, because guess what? It's hard, right? All business is hard. So let me walk through this really fast. We source it through cold data, email, license board scraping, email, text. We get them on the phone, right? We get referrals and peer references, and we build a tech network, and then we sell them to come over, versus how you're recruiting, which is broken. Let's go back to this. Post on Indeed. 29,000 other people are doing that. Applications, right? In your city, probably up to 1,000 people are doing that. And there's hardly any techs. You're going out trying to get demand to come to you. We go out and build the supply. And that's the main difference, right? Then you have a bench, a virtual bench of techs that when you want to bring them over, it's like a sports team. I have this bench of techs that if I want to bring them over, I can. I have a network of these guys. So what if you ramp up Bobby? He's 60 days in. He gets sick. Something happens. You have to offboard him. Are you restarting the whole process over again? Or do you have a sports team, a bench of these people that you can bring over, right? So that's the key of what we do for our companies. And our guys are some of the best, literally some of the best recruiters. I'm going to pull up Tyler's, let me pull it. Here's some example of this. Tyler listened, Tyler delivered, Jill Malone with Plume Home Services, Mike Noper from West Michigan. He filled several positions under tight deadlines and complex requirements. He never operated transactionally, right? Sean O'Malley from Power Construction. He sources to fit, not to fill. And so he knows exactly like what you're looking for, how we're going to do it, down to the work boots, down to the job application. And this is the reason like you're getting poor quality talent that's not working out, because you're like choosing the wrong horse to bet on. And that's why you've got to have good talent, good techs. There are a lot of unhappy good techs that aren't playing, that aren't have a job, that they can't work out. And I'm going to pull this up for you real quick. This is Tyler, Jill Malone. They've worked together for over 10 years.
Within 2 days, we would have really good qualified resumes to review. Before Tyler came on to assist us, journeymen are kind of hard to come by. So they can reach out in different ways that I cannot. And so that was very helpful for us. Their platform really worked for us because we don't want travelers. We do a lot of schools, a lot of medical facilities that all require immediate background checks. The other recruiters we were using that didn't have that platform, they were pretty much worthless to me. Tyler and his team were listening, which was important. We were getting far better recruits than other recruiting firms I was working with. I need your team working on it, getting me what I want, and he did a very good job, my general foreman. They were also very confident in working with Tyler and his team. I have several employees now that came in as recruits through Tyler and his team. And I would say within 2 days, we would have really good qualified resumes to review. I've been working with that group of people for 10 years and have not been disappointed. There are many other recruiting firms that I have walked away from within months because they didn't listen. For anyone that's had the frustration of working with recruiting firms that are not listening to you, Tyler and his team will absolutely do the right job for you. Tyler listened and Tyler delivered.
That's Jill, and we've worked, Tyler's worked for her for like 10 years. He's one of the best recruiters on my team right now. So, look, if you're needing an HVAC tech, right, we're slammed. We have a lot of demand, but we're looking to take on some clients that we look at as a partnership, long-term partnership, meaning we find a tech, we build that trust, we then help you build out a bench so you can then, right, have a tech ready, right, and you can scale, because a good tech can be worth up to $500,000 a year, maybe up to $1 million a year. And if it's a good selling tech, I've seen good selling techs bring in 2, 3, 4, 5 million each. Our lead board of advisor on a company right now, he does over 10 million a year in Phoenix by himself. He gets a lot of great leads. They're a $45 million company, but still, right? So anyway, if you're looking for a tech, right, go to our website. Below, you'll see the link here. Go fill it out to join30madison.com. Fill out the application. Talk to us. We'll fill you in on what we do, how we work, and we'll go from there. I hope that helps.